Well, that was fun.
Ooh! That went
Can y'all
well.
hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Man, you
Yeah,
didn't
we
have to
can
throw
hear
me
you
under
now.
the bus like that.
Yeah.
I could win. It's
That
possible.
went well. That went well.
I mean, I was just going by fan cast results. At the end of the day, Ben and Chad liked it. I will take that as a victory. Plus, I know I didn't do the worst pitch.
Oh no, yours was way better than mine. Like 100%. Yours was better than Sherm's. Sherm's was like ass.
Hang on,
Yeah,
hang
yeah,
on.
I'm
yeah,
kidding.
Let,
you
let
guys-
relax, relax.
Oh, yeah. Who even talks about 096 versus Toru anyway?
Who does that? Like, it's like it got like when memes like Sherm uploaded that, it got like 1 view. It was
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, I got
it was
one
very
view.
brutal, man.
It's a
I'm
real
so
shame
sorry.
that Death Bell doesn't like JoJo and never does episodes with them, but
It's
also maybe
a shame
one
that
day.
they're just
like
SAP too.
and like the one review like 096, that was their worst performing cast in decades, bro. They're like, oof, yeah.
It's like got like no
I-
views.
Dead on
I-
arrival.
I unironically love that cast. It's so good.
Let's
It
keep talking
really
about
sold me on that
096 versus
matchup.
Toru.
No, seriously, it seriously sold me on that matchup as a concept. As someone who doesn't even know SCP, the whole time I was like, "That's fucking interesting." It literally it has there's no end to where the choreography can go because they're both just so crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, like it writes itself basically. Like the ultimate pursuer versus the ultimate, anti-pursue.
And what's really
Yeah,
interesting is I came into this matchup with, in my mind, the debate being the least interesting aspect. But then it turned into, like, the most interesting aspect by the end of our, research into it.
Yeah, because like there's so many like kind of questions like really to be had with both the characters. Honestly, it dead ass. It just feels kind of like a Joker versus Joiner like 2.0 in a way. It's like that's kind of how legendary it is, except like the base not toxic. But it's like I don't know. I think it's a really cool vibe, you know.
Oh,
Really cool
for sure.
Did you pitch Jobber?
Well,
What? He was there.
yeah, I was there with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
For you?
Like,
Yeah, but was that his
Jarber, are
pitch?
you even in the community? Like, what do you do here?
Wait, what do I do here? I mean, like the pitches I'm like heavily involved in was Toru 096, Ash Williams. Was it? Yeah, Ash Williams versus like Frank West.
Oh yeah.
Like I helped the Thick Grimes pay for half of that, and also Space Invaders versus Galaga. God, I love it so much. I'm an arcade
yeah.
head.
So I understand that you record a lot of pitches to that. I'm asking if you specifically pitched. Like, did
Like,
you
you mean,
have
like-
like what we just did? Like Sora, what
Oh,
Sora
like
just did.
specifically just have my own like specific pitch where I just pay for like, oh, here I pitched something to them, right? Like my own
Yeah.
matchup.
Yeah.
I have not done that. Like I haven't, unfortunately.
Okay.
God.
I was curious because I was like, I feel like I would have seen yours first, but like I haven't seen one made just for your match. What would you pitch? Would it be a JoJo?
Oh no! I already know exactly what I would pitch. It actually, it's surprisingly, it did move up to like my number one spot. I actually really do want this battle. It's like one of those things where it happen eventually, which is like, okay, it's the what was it? Oh my god, why did I blank on it for a second? All right, there we go. It's the park from regular show, right? So you got like Muscle Man, like High Five Goes, Benson, the whole crew, right?
The Park versus the Scarlet King.
True, exactly. But no, the park versus the Smiling Friends, like the whole everybody there, like Charlie, Pam, Alan, Glep, Mr. Boss. I just think it's a match where you just look at it like it makes sense when you look at it. It's like, oh, that makes sense. Like these two shows, they take something so ordinary with these situations, and then they have like absurd solutions or like situations that come about it, right? And like they're both like shows or characters that you can literally place in any form of media or anime, and they would somehow fit in. Like how like you see memes about, let's say Mordecai Rigby would be like, dude, Benson's gonna kill us, like they're in Raccoon City or something, or some crazy Dragon Ball Z events happening at the park, or you see, let's say Charlie and Pim trying to make other characters in fiction smile. You're like, dang, that's depressing. Like, or just there's like a lot of crazy, funny stuff that happens, and like, the best part about the matchup is like, the whole point of it like the verdict of who wins, it doesn't matter, right? The main point of the matchup is to make you smile, right? That's why the Smile Friends are there. They're there to make Benson, let's say, smile. Of course, it makes sense there. They're there to make him smile. And let's say, by the end of it, because there could be a lot of like comedy and stuff like that, like normal ass conversations in the middle of the fight or whatever. But the ending idea I do like is, let's say, like the park wins, right? There's two scenarios. Let's say the park wins, and the Smiling Friends, they're like, wait a minute, why are we fighting real quick? Like, yeah, I don't know why we're fighting. And let's say, like, I don't know, the Smiling Friends die in some like random crazy way where they get disintegrated, and the Parker's like, whoa, I did not expect that. I didn't. Well, that was crazy. Okay, but yeah, and then all of a sudden, Benson smiles. It does a little Smiling Friends jingle. Like, it's like, oh, Benson, you just smiled. They did the job. Like, Smiling Friends ain't that bad, right? But if the Smiling Friends wins, then like I think this is a really funny idea. Because I think it's a similar one with like, I think they had like the Aqua Team Force or someone, I forgot what it was, but basically it's kind of the same idea where, let's say the regular show crew dies in an insane crazy way, and then like the Spider Friends like, whoa, that was crazy, right? And then like all of a sudden like Charlie's like, wait, hold on, I think we're at the wrong park. Hey, Pim, like wait a minute, wait, are we supposed to make this guy? Wait, we're not supposed to make this guy smile. We weren't supposed to make him smile while we're here, right? And it's all Pim's fault. Because like like Pim's like, no, like we were supposed to make Benson smile. Like, no, dude, you completely forgot who we're supposed to make smile. And they all start arguing amongst each other, and then the screen pans over to the left to reveal the what was it, the rival park, I forgot, I think his name's Gene. You reveal Gene, right? That was who they're supposed to make smile the entire time. That was the big twist. They went to the wrong park, essentially, Yeah,
So what you're saying is you want Bowser versus Eggman army fight, but funny.
You know what? Yes, and the best part about it is that you can go with like a lot of different animations. It could be like maybe Simon vs. Papa, like where there's a lot of different animation styles happening in the fight, because that's kind of I feel like it's a little bit more tapping into the nature of Smiling Friends, because you see a lot more different art styles and stuff like that, in Smiling Friends, and you see a little bit of like psychedelic stuff in like regular show, and they go for that too. I think that could really match pretty well, with the comedy aspect. Like you could imagine, let's say for example, God from Smiling Friends. I forgot the voice actor's name. He's iconic, but he's like wrestling in space above Earth, like with let's say like God Pops or whatever, and Charlie and Pim are fighting Mordecai Rigby on this like UFO, and they're heading back to Earth, and they're punching the shit out of each other, and then like Mordecai's like, wait, stop, and then the UFO stops, right? And then like Mordecai's like, bro, dude, that's not Earth, is it? Rigby's like, what it's flat. Like Charlie's like, whoa, no, oh no. Listen, yeah, we get it, man. Yeah, he's like, but this doesn't make any sense. It wasn't flat when we played basketball, like in the reference like a previous regular show episode. Like, I don't know. There's a lot of.
Is the world flat in Smiling Friends?
That's the joke. The joke is like,
yeah, it is. Actually.
Yeah, it's flat. Like because in the season 1 finale, where like God threw Charlie down, it shows the Earth is like a sphere, it's circular. But then like in season 2, it just shows the Earth is just flat. They just changed it. Like it was some funny stuff. Like, oh my gosh.
You're thinking of Gilbert Gottfried, by the way.
Yeah, Gilbert Gottfried. Oh my god. Oh man. Him wrestling with Pops in space. That would be some like stuff.
I love that all four of us here have the one you want to pitch at least. We have very different pitches.
Mm-hmm.
Even our alts are very different pitches.
Yeah.
Although I don't know Sherm's alts, to be fair.
My alts, like just other SCP matchups.
No. Like what you could have pitched instead of that one. Like if
it was gonna be an SCP matchup no matter what.
Oh, no matter what.
I gotta rep the franchise. Like Owl House is my most wanted franchise on Death Battle, but Owl House was already getting matchups, so I was like, all right, time for me to be the one guy to rep SCP.
I think you did a pretty good job.
Yeah. If we ever get to do pitches again, I'll probably rep another one.
I feel like maybe this might be a hot take. I don't think it is, because like when I rewatched some that what was it, the Death Battle like cast, right? I feel like because at least what was it? There was like something like Ben or Chad, or I think it was both of them. What they said was like essentially Toru, like, or One of You versus 096, Recipe-096, it really, I guess, sold them on SCP and Death Battle, which,
Yeah,
like,
they said
implies,
that.
like, yeah, like, which implies, like, Doomsday for 682 that it probably wasn't enough. Like,
Yeah,
but
the
this really
impression I
sold
got
them.
from that was 682 versus Doomsday. That cast was kind of like, well, isn't this a weird, interesting, quirky thing?
Yeah.
But 096 versus Toru was the matchup that was like, all right, this is pretty sweet. This is like a contender for happening. That's kind of that's the
I
vibe I
think
got.
I think the problem with the other one is honestly just like calling a winner, because you're essentially saying these two beings who can't be killed, who would win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know if that's the most entertaining thing to think about, because it will most likely end in a draw. Doomsday's been erased from like existence and been like, well, at least I can't die that way anymore. It's like, come on.
I argue a draw normally, but I think the general consensus is actually 682 wins.
Yeah, I'm on
The
that
only
board.
the
Right
only thing
now.
no one thinks is Doomsday wins. No one actually thinks that.
Yeah,
I'm surprised. How do they think he wins? I think it's a draw from just. Granted, I'm not that knowledgeable in SCP.
A lot of
based on what I've
people
seen-
would argue he would just either consume Doomsday's concept, or he would use entropy to kill 6-8 or to kill Doomsday. I argue against both of those, but those are the win cons most commonly cited for 682.
Hasn't
Okay.
he come back from being completely? I don't know that I must not know the difference between getting erased from existence and having your concept erased.
Erase from existence is just like your like body and soul being gone. Your concept being manipulated is we're getting into like you fundamentally like as a concept no longer
Like Doomsday would not
exists.
exist to other characters within the
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, what we saw in Kingdom Hearts 2 was the concept of photos being taken
Yes.
out of the. Okay.
Well, that's a weird one because that was a computer simulation, so that's more of deleting a file.
It's like how in
Oh,
Chainsaw Man eats the concept of nukes and then like nukes
and
are
Nazis.
like and Nazis.
Wait, is there a literal Nazi devil in that show?
No, so Makima brings it up to I love Chainsaw Man, by the way. No, Makima brings up to one of the soldiers in whatever, I can't remember the name of their army right now, and she's just like, the Chainsaw Devil has erased many things, and starts listing them off, and she ends with Nazis, and the guy's like, what's a Nazi? She's like, exactly.
Based?
Like, god damn.
Damn.
What's
Chainsaw
like the
Man's really
logistics
out
of
here.
that? Like how are political ideologies that are similar to Nazism also destroyed, or is there just essentially a very similar to Nazi organization but not quite Nazi organization fulfilling the same roles at this point?
I don't.
Well, you'd have to ask the question though, if I gave you a sandwich and you put that sandwich in the fridge, right, and then I got erased conceptually, and you don't remember who I am, is that sandwich there?
Yeah.
It's the same kind of question, I think. It's like
I probably
you
would have just
have-
forgotten how I got it. Be like, oh, I must have made a sandwich at some point.
and then you're like, ew, tuna. Why did I make this? Throw
Why,
it out.
why did we make tuna?
Remember when we were talking about Cell versus Dioboromon?
It's a good
This
matchup.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, this happens with it's happened quite a lot, like 3 times with me and Sherm, where we've just talked about, oh, let's set up OBS, and then like 2 hours later we're like, oh yeah, let's get back to that.
It's called a conversation. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
I love how conversations go. 1 minute we're talking about 2 Bugman killing each other. The next we're debating the ethics of concept erasure and the implications of it.
For real. Like, this is what we do. You know,
Jobber, did you ever make that thumbnail, by the way?
actually, I was almost done with it by the time the thing rolled up. You're about to send it.
Hell yeah!
I was gonna say I'm rendering the video. I just clipped the beginning and end of it.
Okay.
Oh shit, that's fast.
I'm recording this for the post show.
I,
Up to y'all what we do with it.
I would.
I don't know,
just by
man. I just never stopped recording.
Damn. I wonder,
Alright.
by chance, do y'all have a what was it, a Cell versus yours thumbnail by chance? Like, I'm talking versus thumbnail versus.
Yeah, hold on.
Because I could just make.
Wait,
Zoro probably
versus
has a
is in
lot.
like the versus death battle or fan cast?
Let's just go with Death Ball. Death Ball.
All right, I'll bring up the one I made for my presentation.
Also, knowing how prideful Sherm is, I'm sure he's happy you talked about Fan Bellcast to Ben and Chad.
Good old fan
Well, you
man.
gotta plug the cast.
Am I
Mhm.
prideful?
You had said that to me before. I was like, oh hey,
I'm
do you want me-
egotistical. There's a
That's
difference.
what it is.
No,
I
you're.
was like, you want me to make this
Very
for your
important.
channel or
Wait a
mine?
minute. Sherm isn't egotistical. He's perfect. Look at his name. Perfect.
Yeah.
Stuff. He's perfect.
I'm not egotistical. I'm just right. Do y'all think they'll do more pitches in the future?
I think it would be very smart for them too. If they get into a 10-minute call and they get paid like $300 for it.
But what if the pitches
Like-
are like $1,000 now because too many people bought it the first time?
Well, that would be like the Switch 2 and the fact that Walmart in our area still has them.
I would
There we
like.
go.
Okay, there is not a single Switch 2 within 100 miles of the state.
Bro,
How do you still
my-
have Switch 2s?
My Walmart posted a picture, I think it was either yesterday or the day before. They're like, we're fully stocked. We got hundreds of consoles. And I'm like, Jesus.
Also, here you go, Jobber. I posted it in
Oh.
the Perfect Pitch Squad.
Thank you. All right, I'll get this all set up real quick.
Yeah, buddy.
It says 11 minutes and the rendering will be done. And I can just put it up right after.
Transparency, I am so glad that went well. I rehearsed it a lot yesterday, but my plans, I got stuck in traffic on the way home. So when I hopped online, that was literally, I just ran in the door, had no time for pre-prep. So it's just like, okay, we're just going in guns blazing.
That's the way. You gotta go in and get guns blazing.
Oh,
No
Also,
time to be
smart of you
nervous.
to do the last one of the day because, like me, I think you got extra time and you didn't get rushed because of it.
Yeah.
because there's like 7:30, 7:45. I'm like, I'm taking the last slot.
But I think this pitch is like. I think this is officially the most amount of people that have been in a pitch call. It's Space Galaga has been surpassed.
All right,
were in
we
that?
broke the
3?
record, boys. Let's go.
It is something.
Obviously, we couldn't have done this because it was a very tightly written 10-minute pitch. But I think, like, if it was more loosey-goosey and we just had them for however long, I think it would have been fun if me and Plime were actually, like, in character, like, arguing the whole time.
That would have been amazing. I wish we had the time for that.
I almost wanted to, like, unmute when you said it was, like, a clear victory and be like, hang on a second, but I didn't want to throw off the thing. But it was tempting.
Well, if
I'm
you would have done that, I would have transitioned then into, well, if you want to see more of this debate, there's the fan cast. I had it prepared.
I was very tempted to just unmute, say, that's not right, and then, like, remute or something. Just like,
It's like it was
not-
wrong.
just like, wrong.
I
No.
will say,
It's wrong.
I'm a
No.
little annoyed. I did get something wrong in our debate. I said Dioboromon is like, he doesn't talk. He's kind of a No, he does. He just talks through chats. And he is antagonistic. So he's constantly like, come find me. Where am I? Shit like that.
Hello, you want to play a game?
Yeah, so he says stuff like that, and in the cast, I was like, "Oh, he's just kind of like he doesn't talk and all that." I'm like, "I'm stupid. He doesn't verbally talk,
He's
but he
just an internet
communicates."
troll.
I mean, you were also wrong in that you said Dioboromon wins, so there's that.
Still not letting that go, are you?
No, I've stuck my flag in the Perfect Cell winning camp, and I will not be removed until I'm wrong, and I'm never wrong, so it'll stay there.
There we go. He's never wrong.
Where is the line between egotistical and prideful? I need to figure this out now.
Wherever Sherm wants it to be.
I don't know,
That-
what's
that's the answer.
Yeah. By the way, how's everyone's summers going so far?
It's hot as fucking New England, dude.
It just finally got hot,
Maybe.
like, a couple days ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, New England. Wait, huh? Wait, huh? You live in New England? What?
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm in-
damn. Oh my goodness.
Why is this
Yeah.
news? Do you
I
also...
found, we found out the other day that Jobber, wow, that Sherm lives like 20 minutes away from me, or at least 20 minutes away from a town that we both live near.
Yeah.
New England. That's crazy. New England.
Y'all
Wow.
could do IRL collabs.
Why is New
I'm
England
for real.
such a revelation?
Is Jobber from New England? That's
Nah,
crazy.
I'm from. I'm from a very interesting place. Like it's kind of like the Bermuda Triangle of America. It's called. Nah, this is the
Oh,
real
I-
Bermuda Triangle. Yeah.
Oh, hey, you're just south of me. Nice.
No.
It's a small world.
I do the stupid hand thing whenever I meet someone.
What's the hand thing?
I don't know what that means.
You
Okay,
throwing up
but,
gang
okay.
signs? What's going on here?
So basically, what happens is that whenever someone asks, "Where are you from?" we'll literally put up our hand to make it look like the state and point at our hand where we are.
I don't know what.
Bro.
I had to start with the voice actors I've been getting. I've been signing legal documents saying that I won't put their shit through AI, and I'm like, I respect that.
It's just
Like I can't use their voice to train AI or anything like that. I'm like, I wasn't going to, but
Yeah.
I'll do it legally if that'll make you comfortable.
Yeah, gotta cover their bases, especially right now.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
crazy
realize
time.
how bad it was.
It's really bad. Like
If
I
you
think
don't
the
get a
crazy.
contract, they'll just do it.
Oof. Ish. I think. Well, when it comes to like AI, I think the craziest thing I've ever seen so far with AI this year was like someone using an AI like not only to like basically they used the AI to like do a fictional versus debate with a human, right? They use the AI to debate a human on a fictional versus debate topic, like dead ass. Like this AI like literally combed through your entire video and came up with a counter response. Here it is. It disagrees with you, and just like it's a whole thesis. And it's the most passive aggressive thing you've ever seen. Where this AI was like, wait, what was? Oh man, I think I. What was that? What did the AI say? It was some crazy.
Trying to
stuff.
train AI on versus debater sounds like the worst idea ever. We're so inconsistent. We'll just
I
be
know,
feeding
like-
the AI wrong information.
Literally, it's
Yeah,
so
I mean,
insane.
Goku
stuff.
doesn't even get planetary. Feed it that.
What does AI
We
say
did
between
that.
who wins between Goku and Superman? I want to know what their opinion on that right now, based on the information
Who
they've
wins
gotten.
between
Yeah.
Goku and Superman?
Who wins between Green Lantern and Ben 10?
Oh, yeah, true. I found it.
Versus Yang.
I think I found what the AI said. I'm just gonna quote the beginning and end, which is like to let's say this YouTuber from to this other YouTuber from ChatGPT. Subject: You seem upset. Let's talk about
Okay, so
Oh my god, guys, real quick, can I read this AI thing of who would win, Goku or Superman?
All
oh
right,
my,
what's it
you
say?
actually asked ChatGPT that.
Let's go.
It says factors that add complexity. Power scaling comparing characters from different universes with different power systems is inherently difficult, leading to inconsistencies when scaling their powers. And then the second thing is writer's intent. Ultimately, the outcome depends on the writer of the story and how they choose to portray the characters and their
The
abilities.
the Stan
ChatGPT's
Lee.
using the Stan Lee
Hey,
cop out.
Oh my gosh, ChatGPT, what is going on?
In conclusion, there's no universally agreed upon winner. Each character has strengths and weaknesses that could lead to victory depending on the specific circumstances of the fight and the interpretation of their powers.
Is that what it says for all debates, or just like?
I can find that
Can
out.
you ask
Call
Hal
is
Jordan
ending in
versus Ben
15
10? I'm
minutes,
very
dude.
curious on that one.
The call is ending in 15 minutes. Do you guys want to transition to Discord?
I should actually go be with my girlfriend. Actually, I said I'll be 10 minutes.
I see.
I
You
see.
gotta do what you
Sorry,
gotta do.
Before I
Yeah.
go, we can set this up while I'm here. It's done rendering.
Here you go. I'm sending this on over right now. Here you go.
Let's see this
I'll put it in the
thumbnail.
group chat. Do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. Thank you, all three of you, for joining me today. It's been fun.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
awesome.
It was really cool.
Oh yeah. I am so glad they. Oh, that looks great.
Get all of us going here.
So, what do you want it to be called? Just Silver's Dioboromon Death Battle Pitch?
Yeah. You can just call it that, and then do like featuring, and then all of us.
I like how we're on the border, even though we didn't do anything.
It's like the
You were moral support.
Luigi.
You're the flies on the wall. Very important job.
Yes.
Plus, without you guys, we wouldn't have broken the record for most people in a call.
Yes, the very important
That-
aspect.
Yeah, I do have my last. It looks like the last one. I haven't got anything else yet, but like I think it's Sailor Moon versus no Sora from Kingdom Hearts versus Sailor Moon.
That's your last one?
It looks like it. And it'd be something.
I think you should like say that as you're signing off. Like, hey guys, I think this might be the last one.
Oh yeah, this might be the last one.
But what if someone asks you to join another one after it?
that would be funny. I'm not sure if that will happen though. I'm not sure. If it does, I'm like, oh, okay.
If
all right.
it happens, I want your exact words to be "surprise, bitch."
It's like, yeah, it would be that like surprise.
Surprise! I was wrong.
Speaking
Yeah,
of Jobber interacting with the Death Battle crew, if we ever do pitches again, remember when I was talking to you about doing like an SCP matchup tier list?
Yeah.
Well, my secondary motives to that was actually figuring out which SCP matchups seemed most interesting to you, and then I would be like, hey, since this one seems to be the one you like the most, if pitches ever come back and I get this one pitch, would you like to co-host with me again? Because last time it went really well.
Yeah, like at least the one that's like the most interesting right now. Like off the top of my head, I think I really do like what was it, Herbert West versus SCP-049,
the Plague Doctor.
Yeah, the Plague Doctor, because he's one of my favorite SCPs. I'm like, yo, he's super cool.
What's funny is that if you like that because you like the SCP, I almost wonder, should you rep the SCP in that one and I'll rep Herbert West instead?
That'd actually be pretty dope. Like, yo, I rep some good old Plague Doctor action. Like, yo, this guy is
fun.
crazy.
Yeah. The reason I haven't been able to actually do that tier list video yet is I actually wanted to get all fresh thumbnails for it. But the person I commissioned to make the thumbnails have been some delays, so I haven't been able to make the tier list yet, but it's coming soon.
Okay.
Well, are you having it drawn, or are you just having thumbnails made?
No, I'm just having thumbnails made. I commissioned someone for like $200 to make like all 45 of them, and what I've gotten so far looks real good. I'm just waiting for the rest.
Nice.
I'm a fake friend jobber. I'm such an asshole. Apparently I'm not sub to you.
What? Oh, guys. Actually, I just realized something. You know what? Okay. If we ever do like play my channel like reverse matchup, like anything to do with like having Muscle Man in there, I think I'd probably be down to voice him. Voice the Muscle Man from regular show. It'd be nice.
Oh yeah. I guess I can say that Zoro is voicing Gur.
Gur?
And from
Wait, GR! Get him out of here! I'm just kidding.
Let's do Gur versus GER. That's the next pitch.
Oh my god!
Funnily enough, I think Giorno still loses.
Yeah.
Does he?
It's unfortunate.
All right then. If I didn't,
Wait,
I did not respect the invaders in game. I did not know they were built like that.
Gur's like doop 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 doop, like just some stuff.
Oh right, the Pieces Night song trumps it easily. I mean, it is better than Chicken and Rice.
Does GER actually have like run back options? I feel like Joker was like the only matchup he had.
As
like
far as I know, no.
Yeah, like the only matchups are really they're just gimmicky. Like it's like, oh, who would win? If Alien X or GER?
I mean, that would kind of make sense, but like, I guess that one is the other biggest one. The only one I can think of is like Giorno versus Alucard was pushed for like a little bit, but that's nowhere near Alucard's most popular.
Oh, no, Alucard from Castlevania. That one, though, I think.
Yeah.
But there's also like. Because all of them always have to play with just GER. Like, what about Giorno versus Megami from like JJK, or AKA GER versus Maharaga? The teacup thing intensifies. Ooh, we're really doing something crazy here. Like,
Your pitch is up.
I don't know.
They should just do Giorno versus Johnny at this point. Like, I think that's the only other big like legacy matchup he has.
Yeah, that's pretty much
Johnny.
Yeah, like Johnny Joestar from.
A JoJo matchup.
It's like basically, JoJo Part 7.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have not finished reading Part 7 yet.
oh, it's so good. I think it's objectively. Everyone just agrees it's like objectively the best JoJo part.
Yeah.
Obviously, we have some subjective favorites, right? We have subjective favorites, but objectively, that part's like magnum opus, or Aki's magnum opus.
It's pretty good from what I've read so far. I love the Mandem fight.
Oh, it's so good.
To be
Yeah.
completely honest, I couldn't get past. I was really liked arc 5 of JoJo, but when I got to 6, I stopped. I was like, this sucks. I'm
Did you
sorry.
read it or
That's
did you
fair,
watch
like,
the
I,
anime?
I was reading it. This was before the anime came out. I'm not sure if the anime maybe fixed some things, but I was like, this is. I just thought this was stupid. It was
Well,
like a
the
huge
The
step
anime
down.
does do a better job at explaining what exactly is going on. I actually really like part 6.
That's crazy.
I don't think there's any part of
Part
JoJo I don't like. I like pretty much the whole thing, I want to say.
Yeah, like I think all the parts are pretty damn good. In all honesty, like I can't really say there's like any real weak part at all. Like some
I
people
don't
are
know,
like, nah,
everyone
part. Yeah.
everyone seems to think part 2 is the weakest, but that's my second
What?
favorite.
What? No.
Wait,
No.
wait,
What?
what?
Part 2? What the
Really?
hell
Yeah,
are
who
you
are you talking to?
about?
With the people I've been talking to,
Part
they'll
2
be
is
like,
beloved.
part 2.
That's crazy.
Like, people usually say part 1 is the weakest.
Yeah, part
Yeah, it's
1 is
usually
what I
that.
usually hear about more often.
Really?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
just-
I
Guys,
We have
can
different
I
friend
can I
groups.
share a JoJo hot take?
What's your
Alright.
JoJo hot take?
My least favorite part is part 4.
Part 4? Yeah, I don't think that's really a. It's like neither hot nor cold, but like it's kind of like the middle. Like I've seen people like, yeah, it's either like people either like part 4 or they don't. Like that's what I've
Yeah.
seen. It's 50-50.
I don't know. The slice of life didn't do it for me. Plus, I felt like Josuke kept getting like shafted in his own part.
Did he?
I mean, think about it like this. Who had the first connection to the first villain, Red Hot Chili Pepper? That was Okuyasu. He got the final blow.
I mean,
Then-
in that sense, wouldn't you say Giorno also got shafted? Because doesn't he have only like one real fight to his name, other than stuff he used other people to win?
Well,
Most of the time, it's
Giorno-
focused on other people with Giorno.
Well, Giorno has a lot of tag team fights where he helps. Like, he and Mista teams up against Green Tea. He helps defeat flippin', the Shark Stand Clash and, Talking Heads. He helped defeat Babyface. Like, Giorno has time to shine, but he's also collaborative. Like, but Josuke, like, okay, so after the second part, like, okay, so we have this ghost girl. Obviously, the people who make this establishment for the next big part is not Josuke, but Rohan and, I forget his name, the tiny one. K something.
Why can I not remember the
Guy
name?
with Koichi.
Oh yeah,
The goat.
So, yeah. So, they get that important establishment,
Beach.
and then, and then when we fight with Josuke of Kira, like, sheer heart attack? Oh, that's a Kyochi and Jotaro fight. Josuke only appears near the end. Then Josuke fights Kira, but he spends like half the battle fighting against, Adam Hart. Because, he's just, manipulating it with the phone. And then who gets the final blow? Jotaro!
Yep.
So, like, I don't know.
So,
Like, Josuke just
I-
feels like a side character in his own part.
I
To
feel
me-
like though the combat wasn't like the focus. You know what I mean? Like comparatively to other parts, obviously there is combat, but a lot of it was revolved around other things happening around it. So maybe in combat, but I still feel like the story itself followed Jotaro and his journey, especially when it was his relationship to Joseph, right? Like,
Yeah.
I found all
me-
that stuff really interesting.
I feel like JoJo, as it went from parts 1 through 6, was trying to grow more from, like, a main character is doing everything to more of an ensemble show. I think, like, they really tried to start doing that with 3. They did it pretty decently, but it still felt like Jotaro was the one saving the day every time.
Like,
It was really
Wait,
parts
someone-
4 and 5 where it really felt like, yeah, they're doing pretty good at, like, you'd never know which of the cast members is going to save the day. Like, they're all kind of working together as a unit, which I really liked.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think Part 6 has the best ensemble cast.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, like part 6, like, I think for me, like the best ensemble cast in the anime so far, like, I think part 4 had the best one, but like when it comes to like the Jotaro like bit where, like, he was kind of like the super mega main focus of like part 3 to the point where like it most of the fights were just him. Like, and not only that, but dude, he had something like I almost would call it plot armor. Like, no. Actually, fuck it.
What
I'm
a
calling that
crazy
shit plot armor.
concept.
I know, but like, there's like two major things I can point towards. No, three. Okay, where it's like the first one, Jotaro fights this guy in a car or whatever, right? And this guy's like, haha, I killed Jotaro, and he breaks the fourth wall, and he says, part 3 is over. And then Jotaro's like, nah, you can't kill me. He breaks the fourth wall too. He's like, I'm the main character of part 3, and he punches his hand through the guy. I'm like, whoa, he just broke the fourth wall. Okay, yeah, Jotaro did that. People forget about that, but he really broke that fourth wall. It's crazy. And then this dude, he was fated to die by like Oingo Boingo. And then like when he was like, what was it? The Oingo Boingo was the whole horse, right? And then Oingo Boingo literally just said like, oh my god, like he's fated to die, but fate is literally changing. Like fate's on Jotaro's side or something. This is crazy. Like it just keeps evolving. Like, oh, Jotaro gets turned into a kid, right? All of a sudden, guy gets punched in the face and like, damn, Jotaro can kick ass while he's a kid too. This guy can do everything. It's some crazy stuff with Jotaro in part 3.
And I forget how good part 3 is. Like, I don't think it has like as deep like themes or storylines that make me remember the other parts better. Part 3 was just like really fun.
Oh yeah, part 3 is like my second favorite part. My soft spot is for part 5.
Yeah,
Like, I was thinking about which ensemble cast I like the most, and after thinking about it, I was like, actually, even though I said like the Stardust Crusaders weren't that great, they are kind of like the characters I remember and like the most. Like, I feel like I like a couple of characters from part 4, and I like a couple of characters from part 5, part 6, part 7, part 8. But part 3 is really the only one where I'm like, the whole cast, I like all of them. No L's here. They're all memorable and good.
Yeah. Part 5 has my favorite cast, but admittedly, they do have some lacking members. Like the guy that only has one fight in the entire show, the guy with the poison stand. And a backstory that had to be added by a fan submission for the anime just so he had some sort of character to go on.
Okay,
so
there's a reason for that.
Because he had nothing in the manga.
Well, in the original draft of the manga, after he left, he was supposed to come back as a villain and was supposed to have like this really traumatic fight where it's like, oh no, one of our allies betrayed us and stayed loyal. But Araki was depressed, and he decided, no, I can't handle doing this. So Fugo just kind of went unused.
I kind of like the fact he got unused more. I wouldn't want him to come back as a villain. I feel like that would feel a little random.
Sometimes you just gotta do the stories that are good for you.
Yeah.
That's like in Sly 4, how Penelope is just randomly this villain, and you're just like, what?
Oh man, Sly 4, like, I'm a big Sly fan. Sly Cooper 4, that shit pissed me off. I was like, this game is trash.
The gameplay is fine.
I wonder
most
which
of the
one
time.
was gonna get cut off.
This is the story.
I know. Once it cuts off, I have to go. Just so you know, I'm just waiting for the cutoff.
Oh, I can see in the bottom right corner. I can see the countdown.
Look at that.
We're approaching the furnace in Toy Story 3.
You guys want to meet back in the Discord, or?
Ah!